This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Rickie Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Frank, this is not an overly long opening hole at 418 yards. What's the best play?
Something down the left, using that slope of the fairway to kick it to the right, and just try and avoid that bunker. Either go past or short of it.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green, Rich, and the ball has a tendency to kick either side of that, so just be aware. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's about as depressing a moment as there is in golf. When you miss the bogey putt, you know you're staring at double. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, there really is nothing quite like it. The old course at St. Andrews, and you know the old course is old when the new course is 100 years old. You know you're in a place that is bathed in history.
Yeah, the fact that they can't really figure out who exactly designed the old course, it just evolved. And the true, if you look at a scorecard, the fact that you go out and in, it's designed purely around St. Andrews because 9 holes are out, then you turn around in the loop and come all the way back to the clubhouse. So the amazing thing is you actually can, if you get lucky, play 9 holes with the wind behind you, and if fortunately with the tide it turns, you can get 9 holes with the wind at your back as well. Rich, look at that. Beautiful rhythm. Certainly completed the backswing there, and the result is a perfect tee shot.
Well, it's clear he had a really good warm-up. That was a confident golf swing, and that's the way you want to start things out.
Excellent shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing to say the least.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke right in the heart. Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. -1 in the early going. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Excellent looking shot here. settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name, all 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corps and the Principal's Nose. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the Road Hole bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. It's not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by, probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Now 2 to the good side. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So 2 under early on. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the 3rd.
Well, you can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the 2nd hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
80 yards to the flagstick, Frank. Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a US Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, with equipment, and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out, and they just plain got better at it. They realize that, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Nice, solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Chance to get it close here. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Getting set now over the putt. Nice par to remain 3 under. How about that? 4 under par. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Oh, I liked that.
Second from an excellent lie. On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. long putt here. This will require a good touch. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Good contact, good result. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze. They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Steady all day long. That one about 20 feet away. He'll settle. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Has it for par, stays at -5. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews. Here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March Stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot. You're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
do that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Settles in over the putt. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. For par. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect and the pace has matched it.
So with that make, now at 7 under par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. Now 8 under on the day. So a tester from 4 feet. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 311.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. A lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster. Looks like it's heading for the bunker.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
We are about 170 yards from the hole. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. It's at sneaky distance. Once you hit double par, it is time to just pick up and move on. Count that as a triple bogey. Ouch. He'll have 17 feet on this putt.
Good read, good line, well played.
Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
That was a little over-ambitious.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This for birdie. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Birdie try up next.
Second shot.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Go ahead and do that. What a putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present, like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
playing his second shot here at the par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Now his third, staring right at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Good round going, -7. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play, but if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. Second from an excellent lie.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, the 16th hole, famous for the principal's nose, and I can't help but think of Mrs. Hartman from 4th grade.
Well, I don't know
she didn't like us.
I don't know how Mrs. Hartman would have played this hole, but she would have been wary of the out of bounds on the right. And that's why the general consensus is you not only avoid the principal's nose, but you hit the tee shot a little bit further left. It might lengthen the hole, but it is certainly the more prudent strategy.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. That was not a very good read right there. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. From about 8 feet. Made it for a birdie. The famous 17th at the Open Championship, Frank. You begin to see the scoreboards, the grandstands, and you know all eyes are on you for the next couple of holes.
Yeah, this is one hole I think that anybody that goes to the old course certainly wants to play. Blind tee shot, you've got to flash it across the out of bounds and somehow find the fairway. If you go too safe down the left side, well, there's some heather to be chopping out of. Good tee shot certainly gives you a chance to hit at this beautiful green that's angled to the left, well protected by the road hole bunker. And if you're a little ambitious and a little strong, then there's a road itself and an out of bounds beyond this green.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away in a good spot. In the fairway, it's lying nicely, and 180 yards left. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Settles in over the putt.
Obviously, you can't make them all from that distance, Rich, but you'd like to give it a real good run.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So a tester from 4 feet. In for par. Frank, here at the 18th, so much history has been made through the years.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories, I remember Jack Nicklaus when he beat Doug Sanders in that playoff. The famous sort of short putt that Doug Sanders missed. But really, the great moment that stands out was Seve making that 15-footer across the hill in 1984 wearing the blue sweater. Not only did he win the Open Championship, but he beat a tremendous field that included Bernard Langer, Tom Watson, Fred Couples, Lanny Wadkins, Faldo, and Greg Norman. It was an amazing Open Championship.
And I loved that fist pump. It was pure Seve. All that fire, all that passion came flying out. And that's where you just sort of fell in love with the game.
That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Chance to get it close here. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. For the par. A good effort and a good par putt. Clean this up with a tap. 7 under on the day. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
The first thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.